Hey, Nation, Harry here. We're doing what we do in these crazy times. So we have come full circle back to Angus and Corey over at Axcient. Angus, I miss not being able to see you this summer out on at some of the conferences. Doggone it.
I know, me too. At first I was kind of happy not to travel so much, but now I'm definitely missing it, getting out and seeing people, and you just don't quite learn the same way, and it's not just quite as fun either.
Yeah, I concur. So you recently announced an enhanced partner program, and that got my attention. That's obviously our audience here at SMB Nation. So which one wants to take the question about the different tiers and maybe the distinction? You're using the Olympic medals, you got the silver, gold thing going on, and registered, and then platinum. So walk me through that if you don't mind. What's the distinction?
Yeah, so we really have enhanced our partner program based on some of the feedback we got from our partners. We had a fairly loosely defined program before. We've always been 100% channel, but we realized that we needed to better define those tiers and the benefits associated with those tiers. So now we have four levels: registered, silver, gold, and platinum. And we focus the program around three ways to progress through the tiers.
Okay.
Obviously, the spend level, but also level of engagement with us. And that means the campaigns that you run, the sell-through campaigns that our partners run to their clients to help grow their client base, and then also level of adoption they have with our overall product set.
Okay, cool. I think that's pretty clear to me. So, Corey, I want to talk about some of the benefits that stood out to me. Of course, there's the onboarding and training, the early access to new products, and dedicated account manager support, as I'd expect. I'm more interested in 2 points that jumped out at me: the marketing concierge services. So, what is that?
Yes, and the marketing concierge services is one of the key things that has enhanced the partner program. And what that means based on your tier is that you're going to get a dedicated partner success manager to help our partners basically design and execute the campaigns that we have in our Axcient marketing portal, which was launched, I believe, about a year and a half ago, and currently is part of the X360 platform with single sign-on, where they have our partners have access pretty much to our organization and the core solutions that we provide here at Axcient. So it's really that hand-holding.
Yeah, and I do remember that conversation, like I say, about 18 months ago. I do remember covering that because
Right.
marketing as a service was something that I was hot and heavy on. And you're absolutely right. The execution is where I've seen the breakdown. And let me frame that up, that Microsoft is ridiculous. And I have the right to say that, being in Seattle. And here's what I mean is that they have more marketing assets. I mean, it's overwhelming, the marketing assets that the Microsoft Partner Program has. But the verb, the action is you, the partner. So you have to take responsibility to go get the postcard, customize the postcard, go to an offset printer or digital printer in this day and age, and then mail the postcard out. That's a lot of heavy lifting for an MSP who, the only thing between him and her and a good day is if they could get the customer out of the way and just play inside the data center all day. How do you help overcome that challenge with executing? A little bit of hand-holding?
Absolutely. Well, I think what's important to emphasize on is the assets that we have within the Axcient marketing portal is brandable. And on top of that, it's already built out for you, right? So it surely has a simplified concept to the campaign and the delivery of it. So I think that is the key thing that I would want to highlight. Angus, I'm not sure if there's anything that you want to contribute in regards to the execution and the simplification of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think a big part, as Corey said, are the pre-built campaigns, but then also that depending on the tier, we engage with the partner to help them customize and run that campaign. So, for example, we were working with a partner in Scotland, and they took one of our pre-built campaigns for Office 365 backup and ran that campaign to their existing Microsoft 365 clients, and within 30 days got a 25% attach rate for backup just by educating them on the need and sort of the deficiency. And just because their data in the cloud doesn't mean that it's protected. So it's a big part of not only just having that pre-built campaign, but also the resources and support to help customize it and help run it in the most effective way. Because as you said, Harry, these folks are pretty busy and they don't necessarily have all the resources to develop and run the marketing or go-to-market campaigns.
Well, and I would add not only busy, but also their passion. A lot of this isn't what my audience wakes up in the morning thinking about, and they need to do it. They know they need to do it, but it's great that you're helping to facilitate that workflow, because that's been a challenge. Well, so the final topic is executive sponsorship, and I want to connect a couple of dots. I've been over the spring and summer, I rewrote one of my books from the old days about how to be an SMB consultant, and I rebranded it as the Pocket MBA Instant Entrepreneur. And we're not here to talk about that, but you get the idea that I'm trying to have a business speak conversation, pandemic and post-pandemic, with MSPs who clearly are going to have to invent their opportunities. And executive sponsorship is actually one of the areas in the book that I talk about in a couple of different ways, because as we all know, it all starts at the top. I'll just summarize a couple hundred pages.
Cool.
So what does executive sponsorship mean to you at Axcient and to my partners?
Yeah, so our platinum partners represent about 10% of our 3,000 resellers, and they're the ones that are most engaged, most adopted. So we have strategic account managers assigned to them. They only have about 50 accounts each, and they do quarterly strategic business reviews with those top partners. But the CEO and the people who report to the CEO are assigned to those accounts, and they need to be on those calls, and they're accountable for helping the partner succeed. So it really is a partnership where that executive can be a resource for that partner to help get things done, or also to run ideas by or get ideas on business overall or our market and our solution set. But having those business owner to executive relationships, we found, has been really helpful in us understanding what their challenges are and their priorities are, but also, of course, in helping support the success of those partners.
Cool. Corey, any final thoughts on executive sponsorship? And we'll call it good for this catch-up chat.
Absolutely. In fact, I do want to highlight a conversation that I had recently with a partner, and one of the benefits that he really appreciated in the past was that line to our executive team. And as one of those partners that Angus mentioned within that tier, we'll have direct access to our senior leadership team, and super appreciative about that. And I think it certainly speaks to what we're trying to do here is to have more meaningful engagement with our partners. And then in addition to that, that intimacy that we want. And so I think that's going to carry a lot of weight in regards to what we are trying to achieve in regards to developing the partnership with our partners. So that's one thing I'd like to add.
Yeah, because I'm not seeing that. You're in a space where Axcient has built for lack of a better word, a conglomerate, and that's a natural act in a maturing market where there's consolidation, and that's fine. So we're getting down to, let's say, 10 major players. Just pick a number that's a safe number. Axcient's part of that conversation, but I'm not seeing the same passion and level of engagement with executives from some of the other players with the working man, right? And that makes a big difference, because my guys, they come from the working class, and they've drug themselves up to be little mini executives themselves. So keep on keeping on. I mean, that's again, I'm not seeing that a lot, if that's helpful.
We agree with you. We do see a little bit of a gap there, and we want to really feel like we're in the trenches there. We can get scrappy with you, and we can connect and have that intimacy, as Corey talked about. So that's absolutely part of what we're trying to do, and we see that as an opportunity to stand a part of it.
All right. Well, I'll tell you, thank you for the chance to chat it up, and stay in touch. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Harry. Great to see you.